What is the process now after the 3 days of camp and getting the guys back from the Leafs camp? And or is it an immediate situation where you've got to pare it down to a sizable group to work with?
Not really. From what I've learned, talking with staff in the past, usually there's cuts and like your season starts a day or two later. Um, we're fortunate this year to have some time. We have preseason games this weekend, and then a full week of practice next week to prepare for the regular season. So um, it allows us to have some time to evaluate some players and get a good look at them, and not feel like we're in a rush to whittle it down too quickly.
How important is the scrimmage and evaluation?
Very important. It's as close as you can get to a real game to evaluate how they think and how they process off of each other and with the puck. Also an opportunity for us to see who's able to implement the structure and the pieces of our systems that we've put into this point. Obviously, we have some newer players who are just starting to get some details, but then we also have guys who have been here through the Leafs camp and been here for a while, or returning players who know more and we expect more out of. So there's two parts to what we're looking at, and then today was a good opportunity for us to do that.
What was your satisfaction level with the scrimmage and the pace of play?
It was pretty good. There's some guys, like I said, who have been here for a few weeks now. I'm sure they're starting to get worn down a little bit. They were pushing through good. Then some other guys that hadn't played hockey in a year and a half, and it's some of their first opportunity to play 5-on-5 play at a pace. I was really impressed with those guys and how they handled themselves and went out and executed.
Should we read a lot into the lines today, or is that just you kind of throwing things into a blender and seeing what might work?
A little bit of a blender and just seeing what can work. Again, like our regular season's so far away in retrospect that I don't feel a rush to have to get the lines together and build some chemistry right now. So we're just kind of playing around with some stuff.
But with an eye on the weekend, is that when we could start to see some possible line combinations?
Maybe towards the second game, not so much the first game. Like we'll see. We'll have to continue talking to the staff. We did a preliminary look at what the rosters could be for the two games, but we're not final on that. But I wouldn't say that I would look too much into what the lines are this weekend for going into the regular season.
I was thinking this morning about how you have Callie Rosen who's gone, Liljegren could be gone, Sandin gone. There's some spots at the top of the blue line, at the top of the top six. Is Christian Rubens in consideration for a top pair spot?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially his last preseason game at home there against Montreal was probably the most mature version of his game I have seen since I've been here. He's a really big body. He moves really well. He's starting to get really consistent with his reads, his decisions, how hard he is to play against and defend. I really liked his game in this training camp. So it's been nice to see the progression over the course of the time that I've been here and how much he's improved, and that's a testament to how awesome of a dude he is. The amount of stuff that he's working on in his life away from the rink and his studies and how much he cares about improving and learning in every aspect, it translates to what he does on the ice as well.
On that note, what does the next step for Teemu Kivihalme look like?
To build off of last year, I thought he was one of our most improved defensemen last season. Obviously, he led our D-corps in goals. A slight injury at the end to kind of break up the momentum. He had carried through a short season, but like in the scrimmage today, his ability to catch defenders, like he found that way back on that breakaway to break up that play. He's such a powerful skater. He also had a lot of improvement in how he transitions the game, neutral zone regroups, being calm under pressure while there's pressure on his back, like skating towards his own net and be able to transition, make plays off people's heels. And then with the goal scoring I was talking about, being more of a threat at the blue line, attacking down, and being more a presence at creating offense.
Carl Dahlstrom's an interesting guy, just in that he's played so many NHL games, kind of a tweener right now, and he told us before his goal is to get back to the NHL, which is maybe different from some of the blue liners. How do you plan on using him this year?
As a veteran like he is, he has a lot of experience. He's played a lot of games. We're going to really value his presence in our lineup and build consistent minutes, and we're going to do our best as a staff to help him along his journey to getting back to where he wants, and have some conversations on where he's at and where he wants to go.